Hey everybody out there on YouTube land, this is Jonathan Broke from Bro JMR Productions, and might be kind of a weird video, but I was thinking today because I was talking with one of my coworkers about movies, and he asked me if I had picked up anything new, blah blah blah, and of course I had, because that's pretty much a weekly thing. But I was telling about some of the stuff we got, and specifically I was talking about how we had been able to pick up 10 Cloverfield Lane, and Best Buy had a pretty cool steelbook about it. Had a really cool steelbook of it, and so, I was just kind of talking about that, and it got me thinking. I was like, we have a lot of steelbooks. We've been collecting for a while. I wonder how many we have. I know Michael does a count, but I wanted to actually look at all of them and just kind of be able to do it, and this is what we have. Look at that. These are all steelbooks. They literally take up all of the coffee table. Literally. Now, I'm actually going to do a count and go through it, and that's kind of what this video is going to be about. I just kind of want to go through and look at what all we got, because we got a lot of them. So I'm going to get these a little bit organized, and then I'll show you some stuff. Well, guys, there it is. That's all of them. It's a lot, isn't it? Hey, what's up? 136 in total. Now that breaks down to 128 of them on Blu-ray, 6 TV shows. 6 TV shows on Blu-ray. Sorry, let me specify that. 6 TV shows on Blu-ray, 1 TV show on DVD, and we actually do have 1 Steelbook DVD, and I'll talk about that here in a sec. And it's actually kind of cool to have, because they really didn't release very many of them at all. Steelbooks are mainly saved for Blu-ray releases. And TV shows in general are pretty rare to find. We have, actually, I'm counting this, and it isn't even the steelbook. I forgot, I didn't get the metal packaging on this. It's Band Brothers, by the way. For some reason, I thought that I had gotten the metal packaging on it. So I guess it's only 135. My bad. Let's just put that aside and pretend like I didn't just totally royally screw that up. We do have Walking Dead Season 5. That is an actual steelbook. By the way, I'm only counting actual steelbooks. And I can show you the difference. But this one is an actual steelbook. We have Game of Thrones Seasons 1 through 4. These are all steelbooks too. I've been getting these last 2, 3 and 4 actually just recently came out. It was like a couple of weeks ago, I think. I mean, we really haven't had them for very long. I haven't even opened 3 and 4 yet. I'm really hoping that they release 5 and that they continue to do it as they go. I understand that most likely they're just going to get a normal release at first, but I'm hoping that if they eventually go back and do them all, especially since it's looking like the series is probably going to end at season 8, is what I'm thinking. So I'll have plenty of time to do that, and I hope that they do. I hope that they release all of them on Steelbook, and if they want, they can do another big release, some sort of big, beautiful, awesome box set release. I'll buy that too, and I don't care. Terminator Sarah Connor Chronicles. This is DVD. It's the first season. I do not have the second season yet, and they didn't release the second season on Steelbook as far as I know. This one's pretty cool. I like it just because it's a DVD TV show, and those are kind of rare. I'm gonna save that and talk about it. Let me see if I can pull this a little closer. All right, now as you can see, we have a lot. I mean, a lot. And yes, by the way, I am using the Harry Potter trunk Blu-ray and HD DVD sets to hold these together because I couldn't find anything to keep them contained. Like I said, we have a lot, and I'm not going to go through all of them because that would be ridiculous. You know, a lot of these you've probably seen in different places, like these, the comic book cover ones. These were at Walmart. We have a good amount of these, you know. Obviously, Van Helsing, like I just showed. We have the King Kong one, the Jurassic Park one, a couple of our Fast and the Furious ones. Are the first one that we have is that kind of artwork on it, and some different ones. You know, those are everywhere, but we still picked them up. We have the first three Jason Bourne movies are in that cover, although I believe that they're going to be re-releasing all of those with different artwork, and I'm considering picking them up. I don't know yet. But I was looking, and I was trying to think of what the first Steelbook that I remember us getting is. And I don't think I can do it because I think that Michael had maybe one or two when I moved down here, and that was, you know, when our collection really took off. So I can't really pinpoint, but I mean, as I look through these, I remember being there for most of these, you know. I remember being there for all of them. I remember getting them, like, as we actually physically got them. So I honestly could not say. This is our most recent one we got, and it was the one that I was saying about, 10 Cloverfield Lane. I really like the cover of it. I like the art. It's very minimalistic and cool. Best Buy does some pretty good exclusives with their Steelbook packaging. Can't comment on the movie. Haven't watched it yet. I'm going to get to it. But I remember when finding these was something special. You know, it was a cool thing. Now there's a lot of them. And I think that a big part of that push was when Marvel started releasing a lot of their movies on Steelbook. And I remember when that started, we have a couple of those. We have a couple of the Marvel movies on Steelbook. We started picking them up more because Best Buy usually has them. We just have to really look for them because some of them are, sometimes it's kind of rare that they pop up. But like I said, we're always on the we're always keeping an eye out for them. Like we've got Captain America, the first one. We've got both the Avengers, Ant-Man. We've got Thor 2, Steelbook, Guardians of the Galaxy. Obviously, this is the best one. This is still one of my favorite Steelbooks that we own, just because I love the art on it. It looks like a Walkman, and I love it. It is such a cool art for it. That is definitely one of my favorites, along with Drive. We picked up a couple of these Mondo ones, which is what they're called. Mondo, or yeah, I think it's. No, it's that's right. It's Project Pop Art. It was a Steelbook one. This is Karate Kid, but I like them because they're usually paintings over it, and that's what the art is inspired off of, and I like that look. I think we got a couple more of those. Yeah, Doctor Strangelove was one of those. I think that's really the main, ones that we got because they were a little bit expensive, so we didn't pick up a lot of those. Psycho was another one that was kind of like that. That was a good one. Now, here's a couple of things we have a couple of things in here that are really annoying. It's one of the really annoying things when you're a collector and you want to collect something like steelbooks. Like for instance, I mentioned we only have a few of the Marvel movies. All the rest of them have been released in some way on steelbook. All the ones that we're missing, but they're either really hard to find now. We picked up all the ones that were released in North America, and that's a big part of the problem. Is that other countries get really awesome steelbooks, and they're the ones that you have to try to find them and get them imported from other countries, and it is a real pain to try to do. Besides the money issue, it's finding a website that will carry them. Most of those websites are foreign websites, and it's hard trying to find one that will ship to the U.S. We've been looking. There's a couple of sites that we've found where you can do it, but they're just expensive. I was looking for Captain America, the first one, because the one we have is the Winter Soldier, and the cheapest I was able to find it was $40. That's ridiculous. So it's things like that that really drive you nuts, and that's the main thing is incomplete collections, especially in the way of steelbooks. Like Hunger Games, we have all 4 of them. Fast and the Furious movies, we have all of them on steelbook, and that's a good thing because they will most likely release any subsequent ones, any future ones on steelbook. X-Men, the X-Men franchise, we have 1, 2, 3 Wolverine and First Class on steelbook. Now I have the other ones. I have Wolverine and I have Days of Future Past. Now the main reason why I didn't get Days of Future Past on steelbook was because we bought the other special edition of it. And later they also released it on steelbook. I did not pick it up because I was waiting for the road cut, which is what I ended up getting. And I just made a mess, I know. And same thing with the Wolverine. This one, I don't think they did release on steelbook, but I wanted the extended edition, and so that's what I had to go with. But it is kind of annoying seeing steelbook, and then see a break. And 2 of the biggest problems that we have in that area, this is one of them. Batman Returns, Batman Begins, Dark Knight Rises. What are we missing in the middle there? We're missing Batman Forever. And that's the only one we're missing. It was released on steelbook, incredibly hard to find. It's going to run you about $60 to get it. I'm just not willing to pay it. And I have that same problem with the Resident Evil movies. I have the first 4. They released the 5th one on steelbook, but again, about $50 to get. And that's the thing, because when some of this stuff was released first, steelbooks were still a big collector's item. In the sense that they didn't release a lot, so the demand was very, very high if you got one, and you were able to sell it for outrageous prices because there weren't very many of them. Steelbooks are getting a lot more popular now. It's still kind of few and far between what they release on steelbook, but when they do, it's a big number. I mean, shoot, like even something like Mockingjay Part 2, which has been out for a while, you can still occasionally find it on steelbook at Best Buy, because they've got so many of them. So that's just kind of one of the issues, To find the things that you really want, you have to find it used, you have to go through other channels, you've got to be willing to pay a lot of money. Or you're going to have to import it from another country. It's a paying collection. This is an example. The Witch. which, by the way, no, we still haven't watched it yet. We wanted this on steelbook. I specifically wanted this on steelbook. I like the artwork. That's really cool cover. We had to get it from Canada, which isn't that bad. It's not like trying to get it from Germany or something, but it was still a bit of a pain to try to get it over here, you know? So, I just kind of want to show that off and just talk about them for a minute, you know? And I wanted to mention this one just because I'm so happy to have found this one. It's actually I Am Legend, but it's on steelbook and it's a DVD. This is the only DVD steelbook I've ever seen. And it's actually a really cool package. You know, decent movie, but I got it just because of what it is. So, that's really all I wanted to do. I just kind of wanted to talk about these for a while. This is something that I'm kind of thinking about doing video-wise. Just picking out specific parts of our collection and just kind of showing them off a little bit. Talking about what some of my favorite ones are. Things like that. So, I hope you liked it. Hope you found this a little bit informative. If you don't really know anything about steelbooks and don't really see what the big hype is, it's just kind of something you have to pick one up sometime. And once you actually get one and actually see what the packaging is like and open it up and see how it's sturdier, they fit better. They're very, as you can see, steelbooks are very uniform. Actually, I can only think of two that we have that are a different size. Now, some of them are thicker than others, but that's usually just because they hold more discs. And these two are kind of the oddball bastards of our collection, and in some ways, I hate it. Twilight New Moon. We picked this one up. It was the only one that we found that was on steelbook out of the Twilight movies, and we found it for cheap, so we had to pick it up. It's kind of neat packaging, even if it's taller. And, oh god, this one, Fast 5. Awesome cover, awesome art, awesome everything. But look at it compared to Fast 6. The size difference is incredibly noticeable, and god, is it annoying. Like, super annoying. But that's just the OCD perfectionist part of me that's popping out. So, but again, that's all I wanted to show you. Hope you guys enjoy. I don't know what I want to talk about next. I wasn't even planning on doing this one today, but there you go. So, I'll see you guys later, and happy hunting.